My name is Harry Witzthum. I'm from Switzerland, and I used to work at the Swiss AIDS Federation, and that's exactly where I also met AIDS Action Europe. And I had the chance then to be for a couple of years the chair of AIDS Action Europe. So that's how I met all the very important people in AIDS Action Europe. The one thing was really that I had the chance to really work with people and organizations from all over Europe, and that comprises completely different settings, and that was really interesting to have these exchanges. Obviously, also seeing how AIDS Action Europe has an impact. I mean, I still have very nice memories about the civil society forums, the meetings that we had, and also where we had pivotal influence on strategic papers from the EU Commission. And that's from the advocacy part. But obviously, I really love working with the team that supported me also, like the team, the secretaries, the administration, all the very nice people that gave their support. And I have still fond memories of all the meetings that we had all over Europe. Yeah, it's the topic. It's human rights. It's kind of a rage also to see how discrimination, what discrimination has an impact on people, and so that's also kind of having the energy to fight for a better world and against discriminations. And that's the topic that really accompanies me in my career. Really still have fond memories of all the work we had with the inner team, the support team. I mean, still thinking about Martine de Schutter, we really lost a very, very, very good person for like stupid war where she was shot down by the plane. So I still remember Martine like kind of every day. I mean, these are the kinds of team meetings that we had, the laughter that we had, the work that we did together. So that had really an impact on me. And what did I bring with me? I mean, just the broad horizon, the exchange with so many different persons and organizations. That's something that I still keep with me. So I always go and look for other perspectives to have these exchanges with organizations wherever I work. I mean, because I find that really important for my own work, for the reflection of how to do a better job. So it's really learning from others, from other organizations. The one thing that was really important for me, also on division level, was really to have a very good strategy, because I think that's absolutely crucial. Because I mean, what's the goal of these kinds of networks? I mean, we really do want to have an impact, and so you need to know where you have the most impact, and that's why strategy was always very important for me. And the second point, and that's an asset of networks today. I mean, to have so many organizations from different settings, from all over Europe, and really to learn from each other and use these learnings for getting even more impact. And this is kind of also on a control function against governments. So that was really important. So strategy and networking were the two main pivots for the whole work. The one thing that really still sticks with me is kind of the strategic level. I mean, the impact that we had in the civil society forum was just amazing. I mean, still, you have to think we are civil society. We do not have all the rights and powers of politicians. But still, I mean, we had a position. We worked to have this position, and we could really influence strategic discussions of the EU Commission or governments. And so I still remember these kinds of meetings, really intense, really stressful. But I mean, these are the kind of things you work for because you want to see these impacts and these influence. So civil society meetings were very important for me also to see that we can have this impact. I was very impressed about like working with organizations from all over. I mean, we had like Kyrgyzstan, we were in Kiev, we were in Portugal, and seeing every time completely different situations where maybe you can compare like Switzerland, a very rich country, and you've seen in Kiev also how what the challenges were there, even Portugal. So that that really marked me to have these kinds of insights into these different countries. And there is, this would just not have been possible would I not have had something like AIDS Action Europe, where I could really work with these people. So that marked me. I really think, I mean, with all the changes that we see now, with all the pressure, we really need to raise our voices even more, even stronger. So human rights will be a very important issue. Just not sit back and look at what we already have implemented, because we need to go farther. And so there is a lot of work to be done. So we need to raise our voices. We really need to put values at the forefront and get governments accountable for what they do and to make a better job. And I think, especially networks, we need to stick together, because otherwise it's kind of dividing us. And so I see a pivotal role exactly of networks like AIDS Action Europe, where you bring together persons and have a kind of a control function also, because then you know what's happening in other countries, and you can use that to implement even more like human rights. So I think topic will be very important for the future, and network structures are really the thing to go forward, because we can be flexible, we can learn from each other, and put pressure on governments. So my wishes for AIDS Action Europe, I mean, keep your rage, use your rage when you see discriminations, and just work for changes, influence other governments, especially for human rights issues. That will be, just keep at it. That would be my most important wish for AIDS Action Europe, that we can still see AIDS Action Europe very strong in another 20 years, so that we would have kind of this same situation here, that we have a happy birthday for AIDS Action Europe. And I will just say that in my own language, even Swiss German. So herzlichen Glückwunsch zum Geburtstag. Ich wünsche euch nochmal 20 Jahre mit extrem viel Glück und Erfolg. So that was Swiss German, if you're wondering what language that was.